Hey there, friendos! Fredo Supreme, the American Dream, back again with more Alpha Protocol. Sorry about the obnoxiously long delay in between this episode and the last episode. I'm still not entirely sure what happened. So, if you don't remember, previously on Alpha Protocol, we completed our mission in the Middle East and found out that Shahid didn't steal the missiles, he actually bought them legit, like an honest businessman would. And it turns out that Halbeck may have been trying to stir the pot when it comes to world tensions. And since Mike found that out from Shahid, turns out he knew a little bit too much. Either that, or Westridge was planning on deep sixing him after the operation was over anyways. Anyways, I just bought all the intel for the next couple missions in the menu right before I started this recording. So, without further ado, we shall get started on getting to know people in Taipei. But first off, we gotta get out of these Nicky Connors sunglasses. I mean, they're cool, but not exactly subtle. And yes, I know what I said in the last part. It doesn't matter what kind of... your appearance doesn't really matter when it comes to most of this game. It'd be pretty cool if it would, but nevertheless, let's change our appearance a little bit. Oh wait, put the hat on, doesn't really matter. First. Whoa. Okay, just switch it back to fair complexion. And, with that being said, time to go do our first thing in Taipei, meet Stephen Heck. By the way, if you do anything in Taipei besides meeting Stephen Heck as your first mission, then you'll get an automatic -2 reputation with him. Is it my imagination, or does that guy have trust issues? Not that I mind. Don't we all? Have the trust issues, I mean. Man, this commentary stinks.
Hello?
In the back. With you in a sec, buddy. Not too uncomfortable, I hope. Now this is dry cleaning solution. Active ingredient is perchloroethylene. It stains out like a champ. Like a champ went, believe you me.
Gonna be hard getting that stuff down his throat. Want me to get a funnel?
A funnel? Yeah, that's a killer idea. So you remember where they are now, do you? Candy dish. Ah, that does it, Wen. You know I don't like sweet... Oh, the candy dish! That's right! That's where I left my keys. Should have said something earlier, Wen. You see what I almost made you drink? Good old Wen. Always getting into antics. Anywho, what can I do you for?
I like your style. Do any of the people you've interrogated know anything about an attempt on Sun's life?
You came to the right place, and you're lucky you did. See, people come in and out of Taipei all the time without asking for clearance, so then I have to erase them so they don't expose me.
Expose what exactly? Your overuse of quotation marks?
My secret identity and everything I know, that's what. Listen, did you know that in the 1960s, the CIA surgically jammed a mic and antenna into a cat for an op codenamed Acoustic Kitty?
No, I've never heard that. Have you heard of anything relevant to my previous question?
Oh, it's relevant. It's just between you and me. And when? You're with the agency, am I right?
Yeah, kind of. It's complicated.
Say no more, Agent.
Mike will do, Steve.
Steven. I'm an agent myself here.
You don't say.
Yeah, I work for a division of the CIA that doesn't officially exist. Super secret. They just kind of turned me loose and let me go nuts.
Uh-huh. So, can you help me or not?
Depends. How do I know you are who you say you are? I have to ask because, funny story, one time a salesman came in and I thought he was buying secrets about the German Chancellor's security detail.
You remember a few years ago when Castro got ill all of a sudden?
You did that?
Well, let's just say I was in Cuba at the time, on vacation.
That was you? Shit, I heard about that. Bravo. So, Ronald's son, huh? Hey, did you ever notice his name's an anagram for lard on guns? Ironic, isn't it?
Hey, yeah. And considering that item posted a few years back in the Worldly Weekly about that pig fat being used as an experimental bullet toxin, not a coincidence.
You might be onto something there, Mike. I'll look into that for sure. Ronnie Sung. What do you want to know, Mike? Personal demons, pant size, political capital, sexual proclivities?
Actually, all of the above. But right now, I'm most interested in who might want Sung dead.
Political assassinations. Yeah, those are fun. One time I took out an entire soccer stadium just to kill the premier of Namibia. Hey, did you know at 400 miles an hour, soccer balls can decapitate people?
I didn't. But Sung?
Sure. I can tell you this much. There's a big conference coming up at the Grand Hotel. Sung's gonna be there, along with a few dozen EU bigwigs and the like.
So you're suggesting I infiltrate the hotel. Why?
Taiwanese National Security Bureau is providing the security. You think those cats don't just have oodles of stuff on everybody who might want their boss dead?
Wouldn't be too hard to slip in and borrow some of that information.
Knew that would appeal to you, Mike. Hey, give me a call when you head that way. I'd like to be in on this.
You got it.
So, from a first impression, Stephen Heck seems like a pretty nice guy. I mean, a little bit, kinda, sorta, completely bonkers, but it's the good kind of bonkers, you know? Kinda like Deadpool. Ironically enough, Nolan North voices both Deadpool in the video games and the cartoons, I think, and Stephen Heck in this game. So it kind of explains a lot, really. Or maybe it doesn't, but still. I think it's a neat little coincidence that Nolan North is voicing a character that seems to basically be a street clothes version of another character he voices. By the way, I'm pretty sure that came after this game came out, so I might be wrong on that. Someone hit me up in the comments if I accidentally got the facts wrong on that. It looks like Westridge sent Darcy after me. I'm guessing I really shouldn't have been mean to him back at the gray box. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Okay. Yeah, Parker definitely seems the most suspicious in this case. I mean, he's the one in charge of deep-sixing Alpha Protocol whenever it gets exposed, so I figure he'd be the first suspect in that. See if we can get some... Including security features that ain't common knowledge? I could always go for some of those. Pick up some cine bombs, some shockers. Could always. Ooh, I could always. Oh, I love the the incendiary bombs. I'll buy the upgrade kit for that. And I'll wait until later to get the rest of them. For now, it's time to go get acquainted with the Triads.
I'm here to see the Red Lion. I'm a friend of the Sheik. Monsieur, my name is Michael Thornton. I think you have information I need.
I know many things. Most of them would be useful to someone, I'm sure. What is it you want from me, Mr. Thornton? I have no interest in bantering with an American cowboy. It upsets my digestion. Please, get to the point.
Someone is planning to assassinate Ronald's son. You've been receiving transfers of funds from Shahid. I'd be willing to pay to see if these two facts are connected.
Interesting. I admire a man who presents a business proposal clearly and succinctly. Mr. Thornton, a man in my position does not get to be a man in my position without knowing the value of a good trade.
I can understand that. I suppose the question is what you need.
Some of my lieutenants seem to think they would do better without my loving guidance and gentle hand.
Those lieutenants
They have
sound
set
like
up
morons.
shop in a disreputable part of town. Now, if you were to discourage them, I will tell you what I know.
You don't even know me. Why trust me with something like this? Why not use your own people?
My own people are known to these roads. You, on the other hand, look enough like an ignorant Rilo tourist that they might only mug you.
Well, when you put it that way, it's hard to argue. All right, Mr. Hong.
I knew you would see the wisdom of this deal, Mr. Thornton. Contact me again when my wayward children have been dealt with, huh? Oh, and Mr. Thornton,
Yeah?
don't call me Mr. Hong.
So apparently all Hong Sure wants us to do is to deal with a bunch of his men who have proven themselves disloyal to his cause. There's one thing that I can't stand, it's disloyalty. I would make a True Crime New York City reference right now, but we haven't played that game yet, so it would sound like I'm just quoting random ghetto babble. By the way, I'm probably going to end up playing True Crime New York City for this channel at some point or another, so just giving you all fair warning. Let's see, what could I upgrade? Mainly I'm trying to get up to the advanced concealment. Not really far from leveling up, so... Alrighty then. Now that we have spoken to a couple of influential men in Taipei, it's time to go check out what that warehouse is all about. By the way, something I'd like to point out, is it just me, or does James Hong play a lot of triads in movies and video games? I mean, he was Lopan in Big Trouble in Little China, a movie that I've never seen, but I've heard it's quite good. He played Ancient Wu in True Crime Streets of L.A., he was also in True Crime New York City, but I can't remember his character's name in that. And he also played Uncle Po in Sleeping Dogs. And he was also, he played a triad in an episode of Chuck. I don't remember which episode it was exactly, but I do know that it was a funny one. It was there's one that starts out where Chuck and Morgan are trying to buy fireworks, but it sounds like they're about to do a drug deal or something. Okay, so it looks like I got a Deep Six, a guy with a red eye, a cowboy, and a guy with sunglasses. Seems pretty upfront. Sorry, I was just making sure that the mic was still recording. Didn't see any lines on the system, whatever. Got me some dossier info. Just double checking about some of the stuff in the for intel. By the way, this piece of intel, one of Hongsher's lieutenants is willing to assist me if I pay him. Don't buy this one. It just unlocks a door that you can easily unlock at the start of the mission, in a place where pretty much nobody can see you. So it's kind of a waste of almost 2 thou. Considering how much money I have, I'm not willing to take that chance. And if you meet Hongsher before doing the Grand Hotel mission, then you'll get this little bit. Allows you to get rid of the, make the security a little less difficult to deal with. And with that being said, time to gear up and check out what that warehouse is like. By the way, this warehouse is one of the 6 levels you can make progress towards the one with the shadows achievement on. It does have a part near the end where it gets a little bit tricky to remain unseen, considering how it's a wide open area. Well, actually, there's 2 wide open areas here, but hopefully I can deal with them. I probably won't, but I will try.
Who the heck are these guys?
Oh, and with that being... Oh, almost forgot to switch my trank rounds. And with that out of the way, it's time to say hello to one of the more interesting of the factions in the game, and my personal favorite, G22. They kind of remind me of, well, they retroactively remind me of the Misako in Saints Row 2 and the CCK in Mark Echo's Getting Up. But overall, they seem to be pretty interesting, as in they're the only ones whose ideas are actually spelled out by a member of their organization, you know? It's one of the reasons why I tried to avoid killing them. It's because their morals are a bit more pronounced than most of the other characters in the game. By the way, it's that door. Going in that door triggers a checkpoint. So that's why I made a little a pass over there to get to the $4,000 suitcase. This is one of the trouble areas that I was talking about. It's a big, wide open area with a lot of security cameras about.
That must be what's drawing all that power.
But it's much less annoying than the rooftop and the final truck yard escape sequence. Here is hoping that I am able to get to the server without getting caught. I probably will. But... no one heard that. Apparently that guy's a little bit smart when it comes to checking. That guy's a little bit cautious. I appreciate that, actually, but it doesn't really help me right now. Oh, look! More money. How ballsy am I? Hopefully ballsy enough to deep six this guy before he... Ah, it actually worked. Okay. Got rid of one problem. And it was a self-hiding body. Nice. By the way, I apologize for my commentary being so lackluster. Skylar is unavailable at the moment, and, again, I'm kind of new at doing Let's Plays, so, please forgive me. I mean, not that I'm trying to beg for forgiveness here. I mean, I eat what's on my plate, you know? Okay, just making it short.
Signal's not getting through. Must be a jammer somewhere. I'll have to bypass it.
Seems like a good place to deal with this guy here. Man, it was a self-hiding body again. Oh, crap. dossier info on a character that we haven't even met yet. By the way, even if you haven't met Sis yet, you'll still be able to get all the intel from both the suitcase and how hearing about someone for the first time manages to give you an introductory piece of intel. You'll still get that bit when you actually meet her. But that is not going to be for a while. Crap, someone saw me. Please don't see me. Oh crap! Damn it! Oh crap, crap, crap. Crap, got spotted. Damn it, this did not go well. Okay, I apologize for save spamming, but, whew, that really could have gone better. I forgot from my previous playthroughs that every time you when you bug that server, an enemy spawns on the upper catwalk. Whew-wee! Man, I stink at this. Alrighty, folks, one little bungle up later, I am now back to being my usual pseudo-sneaky self. I know what you're thinking. That was supposed to be stealth? Considering what you just saw, and what I just cut out. I am also kind of surprised that I managed to get a little bit lucky in that department.
Damn.
And,
not getting through.
Hello, magic goon who shows up out of nowhere.
To bypass it.
After you do the objective. It's kind of like stuff in the older Medal of Honor games. I am hoping that my evasion skill has regenerated a little bit. By the way, I leveled up during the little cut. Sounds like a good one. And I'm thinking of upgrading my... Yeah, I could definitely use a bit more martial arts, considering before I reloaded the first time, I kind of got my ass whooped a little bit. Okay, so apparently running it was a decent idea in that case, and I'm really glad that I had the intel that made the turrets not attack me. So now we are on to a slightly simpler part of the mission, a big linear hallway. By the way, you don't need to bug these additional 3 servers that I'm about to bug, but it is a bonus objective and it allows you to get some extra intel. So I kind of would because frankly, I could use the XP, considering how sucky my abilities are right now, and how sucky I am at this game for the moment. What? Crap, I can't pick up that little stack of cash. Okay, then. By the way, anybody else think that this level kind of feels like it could have been a rejected Watch Dogs level? I mean, think about it. We're going through a big abandoned-looking warehouse, bunch of servers. Hell, I'm practically expecting the Viceroys to show up or something. These guys even look kind of like Viceroy enforcers in that game. They got the orange, they got the tactical gear. Maybe Ubisoft took a little inspiration from this game. To which I would say, that's a good thing, fellas. Take inspiration from the best. And now we're on to one of the really difficult segments of this level. The rooftop.
Now that is one hell of a jamming device.
Mainly because of the turret on that helicopter over there. Really would have been interesting if there was a contextual takedown where I slammed that guy's face into the ventilation system. Remember in the last part, Skylar and I were discussing how the environment should factor into some of your takedown moves, like slamming someone into a wall or a fence or something, stuff like that. I mean, desk to table. Why can I not talk right now? And by the way, people, I am aware that there is a G-22 agent walking right towards me. Right around me. Well, it's a self-hiding body, so I appreciate that. Please work. Please work. Nice! Can't believe he didn't see me. Thank goodness.
Transmission. Bypassing it will be tough, but blowing it up isn't exactly covert.
Crap, he saw me.
What was that? Locating target.
Whoopsies. I kind of should have, probably should have waited until he, probably should have waited until that guy, turned the other way for me to do my thing. By the way, if you're wondering why I put a shock trap on that door, there's going to be another example of psychic guards showing up in a second once I hack the array.
Transmission link-up's good. Time to get out of here.
See? Guard the door. And he just electrocuted himself, basically. That's what I mean by Medal of Honor caliber guards. They show up as the instant you finish the objective. It's almost like they're psychic or something. Although in G-22's case, I wouldn't really rule it out that they're psychic, or at least close to it. Fortunately, we are almost done with this level, and done with my mediocre commentary and even worse gameplay at the moment. By the way, I don't think these turrets are on the same frequency as those ones that the intel allowed me to avoid, you know?
Saw something. Investigating.
Investigation failed, Slick. And time to check out another computer. I'm guessing you were originally supposed to be able to read an email off of that, but they forgot to remove the trigger or something. Or forgot to put something in there. I mean... Nah, I don't need to open the doors yet, just gotta make sure I got everything. Oh, I got some Halbeck data. By the way, Halbeck data is gonna come in handy if you need some money or a relationship boost with some people. I'll explain that in a later part. Right now, we gotta redline it out of here. First, I got to deal with these turrets. I don't know if they're active or not. you're wondering why I'm waiting so long to take a shot as opposed to just doing pew pew pew, you can actually use these to grind for critical hits, which there is a perk for. I completely forget if these actually are active, even if you don't alert any of the guards, but I'm not interested in taking chances, and mainly I'm just trying to grind for a perk. And with that out of the way, time to get back to business. Crap. Get that guy. Oh, why did I just do that?
What was that?
Okay, screw subtlety. I am gonna take my, it's time to get some crit hits with the shotty. Well, damn it. Well, there goes my subtlety bonus. Who am I kidding? I got flashbangs. Alrighty. Well, I like to think that I handled that surprisingly well for someone who who basically just blew it at the last moment. I'd put that one in the win column. Oh! How do I... Wait. I forgot about the lock on the truck. I seem to forget about it a lot in most of the playthroughs of this level. What was in here? Ooh, advanced reflex sight for the pistol. Nice. Well, I probably won't get the bonus from the bonus intel from probably won't get the bonus intel from completing this level stealthily, but whatever. I appreciate the way that I was able to handle it. That sentence made no sense whatsoever.
What the hell is up with my PDA?
Agent Thornton, my name is Albatross. You attacked the G-22 cell in Taipei and placed monitoring software on our servers. I want you to delete it.
I was looking for information related to my mission. I didn't know anyone was here. I didn't expect to find anyone at this warehouse.
That means we've done our job, Agent Thornton. The question is, what were you doing here in the first place?
What's it to you, Albatross? I was checking a lead. Next thing I know, your goggle-eyed agents are crawling out of the woodwork.
You placed monitoring software on our servers. You managed to infiltrate our system completely. You're very thorough.
Look, your little organization, G-22, they sure didn't make me feel welcome when I arrived. Now, after all that trouble you put me through, you expect me to do you a favor? I don't even know what you and your pals were doing here.
Eavesdropping on our servers won't help you. I'm guessing you're looking for an Al Samad and Halbech connection.
You're surprisingly well informed for some organization I've never heard of before.
Alpha Protocol aren't the only ones who keep a low profile, agents.
So I see. Care to tell me how you knew about Sung?
We've been monitoring both Al Samad and Halbech, but are affiliated with neither. I'm afraid you'll have to take me at my word, Agent Thornton.
I believe you. I don't know why, but I'm guessing if you're willing to ask first. That says a lot right there.
I appreciate your trust, Agent Thornton. Mike. And that data, Well, let's just say it would be of little use to you. Shut down your program, and I will compensate you. I know why you're here. I can help you. Refuse, and you'll find you have few friends here in Taipei.
Well, I'm surprised you found all the programs. Guess I wasn't as careful as I thought. Took a while to place all of them.
Yes, the fifth was a tricky one, but by then, we knew what to look for.
I'll delete those security exploits. They were a little obvious without some sort of backup. In exchange for removing them, I could use your help. This operation is turning out to be larger than I expected.
Thank you, Mike. And as for your mission, let us say that G22 has no interest in seeing President Sung placed in jeopardy.
So, you have been eavesdropping on Al-Samad and Halbeck.
Yes. Halbeck underestimated Shahid. The man was no fool. But even G22 hasn't been able to determine how Halbeck intends to pull off the assassination, or who the assassin is.
I'd rather not wait until Sung is shot to find out. That help you mentioned.
G22 will be in contact, Mike. And thank you.
Now, you may have noticed that I picked the bluff option when I was talking to Albatross, by the way, one of my favorite characters in the game, partially because of his Phil Collins-esque widow's peak. I don't know if anybody else watching here thinks he has that kind of haircut, but I'm still okay with him. 100% accuracy with both of my straps. Nice. Now, I picked the bluff option, which allows me to gain both the support of G22 and get the bonus intel I get from not shutting off the servers. By the way, had Albatross been killed in a mission before this one, specifically one in Moscow, then I would have been able to get the information without having to bluff. Oh, sorry about that.
Secure.
It should be. What happened?
Some old fossil called up in full "Hey you kid, get off my lawn" mode. Said his name was Albatross. Works for somebody called G22.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was a shock for me too.
I'm guessing he didn't call to chat. What did he want?
I don't know. Something about a pizza delivery that never showed up. I think it was the wrong number.
Mike?
He wanted my bugs shut down. He was good. He found all 5 bugs in just a couple of hours.
All 5?
I planted 6.
Very devious, Mr. Thornton.
Well, I have my moments. So, what do we got?
This is a gold mine, Mike. Major players operating in Taipei, political and economic trends, activist groups. It's going to take a while to sort through all this.
Start with anything relevant to the assassination.
It looks like the network was part of the shadow net G22 uses to monitor global intelligence services. I ran a search for the keywords Ronald Sung and assassination, and got a hit.
Anything we can run with?
I've got an email intercept indicating that the assassin will be receiving the details of the assignment tomorrow night at the subway station on the Xingmei line.
That's it? Nothing about who the assassin is or who's giving the handoff?
That's all the search came back with. Sorry, Mike. Looks like we'll need to gather some more evidence.
Anything else I might find useful?
I'm still downloading, but I'm going to say yes. That network has terabytes worth of data. I'll keep you updated via email as I sort through all this.
Sounds good. I'll be in touch when I'm ready to move forward.
Take care, Mike.
Well, after that failure of stealth, it turns out that we did get a little bit of intel out of that G22 warehouse. Unfortunately, we know that all the intel basically boiled down to was there's going to be an assassination. And turns out we're going to have to do a bit more digging. But we're probably going to have to save that for some other time. For that is where we shall conclude for today. I'm Fredo Supreme, the American Dream. Holla at y'all later.